Very good morning, guys. Yesterday, the market ripped and 153 points higher to 24,231, and Sensex expiry closed exactly at 77,500. The first higher close after seven straight lower ones, and it came with a structure. 2 crore calls off the carpet. I'll come back to it later, but 2 crore calls got covered. 69 lakh puts got added to 24,200, the biggest single add anywhere. And PCR crossed 1 for the first time this cycle. But overnight, Nasdaq fell 1%, oil is above $94, gold is ripping higher to 45.43, and Indian yields are rising higher and higher at 6.87. The gap up lands exactly on 24,300. The board turned bullish the same night the world rang alarm bells. This is the Tanmay Edge. You are listening to episode 108. I am Tanmay Kurtugoti. Let's go. So, first about yesterday, guys. Nifty closed at 24,231, up 153 points, 0.64%. Higher close, that is the number one point. Breadth was stronger, 2 is to 3. So 39 stocks up, 10 down, 1 sideways. Nifty 500 almost 304 to 192. This was the broader based rally. Sensex was up 628 points and closed at 77,537. VIX down 4.5% to 10.81. Everything green. Media 2.13% up, Realty 1.4% up, capital markets 1.36% up, Eternal 2.31, Kotak Bank 1.65, ITC was also up by 1.60%, Bajaj Finance up by 1.53%. So the grading for yesterday buy on dips paid ranged worked perfectly, 76,900 to 77,800. Expiry magnet called at 77,500, closed at 77,537, worked perfectly. I'll take a 4.5 on 5 on that. Full scorecard is available on rupeegauge.com. And now moving to the structure. So 24,000 put, 1.63 crore puts have been written. That is the biggest support you can see anywhere on the option chain. After that, we have 24,200, on which 69.2 lakh puts got added yesterday, and the total line stands at 1.32 crore puts. That is the biggest support right now we have at 24,200. 24,300, we saw 26 lakh puts getting added over there, and after that we have some smaller supports on the lower strikes as well. Calls covered everywhere across the board. 24,100 minus 68 lakhs, 24,200 minus 27 lakhs, 24,500 minus 23 lakhs, 24,000 minus 22 lakhs, 24,300 minus 18 lakhs. So roughly almost 2 crore calls got unwounded yesterday. So right now the resistance present is 24,300 with almost 98 lakhs calls present over there. 24,200 is where the base is starting to build up, which has almost 84 lakh calls. And then we have the highest resistance at 24,500, 1.25 crore. PCR climbed from zero point 0.7 to 1.09, almost first time above 1 in this cycle. Max pain climbing towards that 24,300 mark again, and it is stable over there. A rising max pain and a magnet gives you the same lesson, and the direction is clean. Monthly basis is still trading 61 points higher on the futures. So the map, guys, so the front IV is roughly 8%. The IV has been rotating between 10 to 12.2 to 10, again back to 9.5, back to 9, back to 8 levels, and again climbing back towards that 9 zone. So daily one standard deviation is roughly 140 points. So 24,130 on the lower end to 24,350 on the higher end is what the range is for. And for Tuesday's expiry, it is roughly around 240 points. So lower end you could expect 24,000, and to higher end around 24,455. So 24,000 and 24,500 is the strike you are going to look for. Straddle is implying a range of almost a similar range, 258 points, 23,980 on the lower end to 24,490 on the higher end. So the math agrees with the uh, option chain as well, and the ceiling on the higher end is 24,500. The support is present at 24,000. So who added what? So the pros added 81,000 calls on the rally. Book now stands at 1.14 lakhs. Flipped index futures to long, remember this. So from short they have went to long. Added 70,000 puts as protection. The desk that crashed the bearish lean at the low is now positioned long, remember it. FIs covered 80,000 call shots. That covering was the rally's fuel. Trimmed 93,000 puts, de-risking both the direction is what they are doing. But futures, short stays at 2.12 lakh index futures. And in cash, they have sold almost 583 crores into the rally yesterday. So clients or the retail public has dumped 1.62 lakh calls into the first green day. The crowd finally sold something. Still short almost 6.91 lakh puts that is present. Covered only 22,000 of those futures. So that is worth remembering. And the flows, FIS cash sold 583 crores, DIS cash bought 3,583 crore. Cumulative stands at almost 43,000 crores for this month. And FIS stock futures added 3,243 crores. Bullish is where they are waiting for. FI index options sold 2,460 crore. The locals bought the breakout, the foreigners sold it. The war now runs into the strength that we are going to see. So the signal has flipped to buy 24,210 on Thursday. Projected value is 24,230. That is the fourth day the projection has landed within single digits. So expiry pin projection max pain climbing with put walls is equal to pin zone is around that 24,300 if oil behaves how we want it. And the Friday morning, GIFT Nifty is again showing a gap up and landing exactly at 24,322 into that 24,300 resistance. Against it, Nasdaq is down minus 1% yesterday. S&P was down minus 0.87% yesterday. Brent is still higher, trading around 93.74, and oil is ripping from 88 to 92 to 94. Gold is trading at 47.27, another record high. India 10-year yield, keep a watch on that, is trading at 6.87. Asia is holding. Hong Kong is up by 0.76%, Kospi is up by 0.71%, Nikkei is flat to down 0.3% down, and USD INR, that is a bad thing for us, and it has closed at 95.71. Dollar index is still soft below that 99 levels and trading around 98.73. And rupee case all cap is up by 0.16% on the 0.64 day. So a fresh defensive book lags a beta rip. That is by design. So cycle level alpha is still present more than 1% since the rebalance. Paris is up by 9%. Rubicon in the portfolio is up by 8.74%. Wellcorp is up by 7% since Monday's rebalance. So the plan for today is, guys, simple. We remain still buy on dips unchanged, and for the first time this month the structure is on our side. Buy zone is towards that dips towards 24,200. 1.33 crore fresh puts underneath are present, so that gives us a comfort. So buy zone 1 and 2 are roughly similar. So buy zone 1 is 24,200. If you want to add one more, you can add it between 24,050 to 24,150. That is the second buy zone. Stop loss is below that 24,000 close, 24,100 on closing basis, and intraday 24,000 is where we are keeping the stop loss. Resistance, guys, is present at 24,300 where we are going to open. Then 24,450 is where the market should rally into, and the market should oscillate before crossing that 24,500 where 1.25 crore calls have been written. So two higher closes in a row, the turn gets creditable. So expiry pin drift is still present around at 24,300 levels. So keep a watch on oil. 95 is that risk level you have to watch for. If the oil crosses 95, it is going to be an hurdle to cross that 24,300 mark. Wall is at its low, so do not sell uh, into the close, buy into the close, but mind the theta decay that is going to be present. Size normal, defined risk always pays off. Always play with spreads, do not play naked. And if you like this episode, guys, share it with one trader friend who needs it right now. Subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or Amazon Music. It is streaming everywhere in the name of the Tanmay H. And stream it first on rupicase.com, where it is live at 8:30. So give it a rating, guys, if you want to add something to the podcast. And see you all once again on Monday morning. Until then, have a happy weekend and happy trading.